Temperate Grasslands, Grassland Gangsters by Z, Nina, Hadassah, and Madison. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, a semi-arid grassland stood, with wondrous shrubs and exotic animals. There were small rolling hills with occasional rain and good temperatures. However, this beautiful grassland was divided by dislike and distrust, with gangs commanding their own territories. The punniest gang, the Doom Diggers, are wombats. Their borders are very weak, constantly being intruded upon by the Howl Hunters, who call them the Dumb Diggers. To escape their predators, the wombats dig burrows underground, providing protection. When above ground, wombats' habitats consist of couch grass, which they feast upon. This grass is very tolerable, meaning it can survive trampling of the animals it feeds. At the top of the food web sit the Howl Hunters, consisting of dingoes and Tasmanian devils. The Howl Hunters are the only carnivores in the temperate grasslands. They reside on condensed, drought-resistant, perennial tussock grasses, living in the middle of the rest of the gangs. Both animals prey on wallabies and wombats, but dingoes also prey on boars. Due to this, the Howl Hunters are not very peaceful with the rest of the gangs. A different kind of territory, the sky, was dominated by the Beak Brigade. Their gang was made of a beautiful red-rumped parrots. They feasted on seeds, vegetation, and fruit found in their territory full of eucalypt trees, which they used for nesting. These eucalypt trees also have dormant buds under their bark, allowing for rapid regrowth. The gang was mostly peaceful, able to have free reign in the air and transport messages between gangs. Gangs had learned to coexist with their borders, and all was peaceful enough. But what was that? In the Doom Diggers' territory, a booming sound could be heard in the distance. The sound got louder and louder, the sound of hooves racing on the poor couch grass. "The Boer bandits," a wombat cried. "Run for your lives." "We can't run," responded the couch grass. Members of the Doom Digger gang ran around in a scattered panic, boars tearing through their territory. "Oh my God, they're so invasive," wombats exclaimed. Families were torn apart as they were forced out of this area. "Hello, brubs," the British Boer bandits mocked. The Boer bandits are an invasive species that came from the United Kingdom after being forcefully migrated to Australia. They were definitely not like the other animals in the grasslands, as they had no habitat. Their shields or shoulder plates were an extra thick layer of protective skin that made them much harder to defeat. They didn't play nice, trampling through like they owned the place. Their invasion put the entire ecosystem at risk, meaning the grasslands were becoming a dangerous place. In an effort to save their lives, one very brave wombat called to the sky, and a red-rumped parrot swooped down to carry his letter. The letter stated that the Boers had officially defeated Doom Digger territory. The poor wombats were forced into Howl Hunter territory, who did not like their new visitors. "What are the Dumb Diggers doing on our land?" they proclaimed. The most aggressive gang, full of apex predators, cornered the diggers. This was a case of predator versus prey, and the prey were getting weaker. "Wait, we were invaded," the wombats reasoned. "Invasive feral pigs overtook our land. We have nowhere to go." The Howl Hunters did not believe their rival gang. "We will make you pay for this." "Stop lying," they said. The tension in the air was thick, and the predators were about to pounce. "Wait," boomed an all-powerful Aussie voice. "What do you lot think you're doing?" While the Doom Diggers and Howl Hunters had been fighting, they had not yet noticed the most powerful gang of all had arrived, the Pouch Posse Mafia. The most revered gang, almost a legend, was the Pouch Posse Mafia. Kangaroos and wallabies formed a tight-knit gang, never having to venture out of their territory because their diets were grasses, leafy plants, and flowers. They protected their own fiercely with marsupials, pouches to carry and protect their young. Their mysterious territory consisted of wallaby grass and woolly wattles. The wallaby grass was very hardy, able to survive with low nutrients and harsh grazing. In the woolly wattles' case, they had long roots to reach water and even acted as nitrogen fixers in the soil. The kangaroos stood as a keystone species because they maintained the ground layer vegetation to be in a permanently eaten down condition, as they were the voice of reason in the Australian grassland gang realm. "We got your letter, and we are here to fix this," the Mafia explained, the Beak Brigade with them. However, the dingoes and Tasmanian devils were unconvinced. The great leader of the Mafia stepped forward. "We all have our differences. We all have our habitats and resources to defend. But we are still all the same, fighting for our families and friends. Even if we let the invasive Boer bandits take the Doom Diggers' land, they still won't stop. We need to work together and fight them now." The grass, trees, and flowers all cheered, hoping to be protected. After listening to the Mafia, the Howl Hunters realized they were wrong about the Doom Diggers. All four gangs would work together, and they started preparing for a battle against the British Boer bandits. The next day, the Boer bandits stood ready to invade Howl Hunter territory. As they started to get into position near the border, a horde of Tasmanian devils jumped out of the grass, attacking the Boers with their ability to open their jaws up to 80 degrees. "What's happening?" the Boers screamed as their plan was ruined. Next, a line of wombats and deagles ran to the fight, working together for the first time. The Air Force power of the Beak Brigade arrived, reaching down to peck at the boars. The grass reached up and wrapped around the boars' legs, tripping them.
Dingoes and devils surrounded the boars, finally forcing them to surrender. The mafia emerged. We, the gangs of the Grasslands, have defeated you. Our resources are not yours to take, and you have made it too hard to live in harmony with the rest of the ecosystem. You must leave. You have no choice.
After the boar bandits were forced to leave, the gangs had formed respect for each other and no longer kept petty grudges close to their hearts. They learned to love each other, and they lived happily ever after in their magical grassland gangster habitat. The end.
Dedication page. The children's book is dedicated to the temperate grassland biome and all the animals used in the book. The invasive species, the boars sought to overtake the grassland but failed. Invasive species are capable of reducing biodiversity, harming native species, and can alter habitats. It is important to protect biomes to preserve the animals and their environment from any harm that can be destructive towards them. Grasslands provide climate regulation, carbon storage, biodiversity, soil preservation, and so much more. There are so many ways we can contribute to protect this biome by controlling invasive species and respecting local habitats.
Madison Suarez is a junior in high school at FMHS. Her favorite subject is science because she finds interest in it. She's an adventurous personality and is very outgoing. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her family and friends, swimming, hiking, and walking her dog named Kyle.
Aditya Brewer is a junior in high school. She has a creative personality and is very spontaneous and fun. When she isn't writing or storytelling, she enjoys playing guitar, piano, and hiking. She loves spending time with her family, friends, and her cat named Otis.
My name is Aditya, and I'm a senior who can't wait to graduate. In my free time, I love to be creative by writing, drawing, and making jewelry for myself and my small business. I have a little sister in middle school named Nandini. One day, I want to adopt a kitten even if I'm allergic. My favorite shows are Gilmore Girls, Modern Family, and The Boys.
My name is Crosier, and I am a senior at FMHS. I have 4 beautiful pets, which inspires my love for animals. I have 2 cats, Fox and Rose, and 2 dogs, Elysian and Chewy. Elysian is my personal dog, and I love him so much, even though he's very, very mischievous. In my very rare free time, I enjoy driving, painting, reading, and watching TV. My passion is theater tech, and I spend a lot of time working on it.